Welcome to In the Clear, an introduction to being in the right place, at the right time, every time. In forest operations, the environment is constantly changing. It is imperative that all workers constantly assess and reassess their worksite to ensure the safety of themselves and their coworkers. When you're in an active yarding block, here are some important things to understand. Any disturbance on the hillside could create a potential runaway of logs, rocks, or running lines that can put people at risk of injury or death. The hillside is a dynamic environment. Each time a yarder moves or a road line is changed, conditions need to be reassessed. The person on the middle of the hillside, a hook tender for example, needs to be looking out for everyone. He needs to be assessing his own position and all of the other activities on the road, such as the yarder, the loaders, buckers, and trucks arriving and exiting the setting. Let's get started. Always look for the fall line to determine where logs may end up if they run away. The best practice is to keep the back end, where the tail holds for the yarder are located, ahead so that the yarder and ground personnel are positioned out of the way of any potential runaway logs. Moving the back end ahead is preferable because any disturbance that creates a runaway will fall away to the low side of the road line. The hook tender should always be on the high side of the running lines and well clear of any potential chain reactions or runaway activity above. Gravity is the hidden variable on the hillside. With every turn of the yarder, new hazards can arise and be triggered by the changing landscape. These hazards may develop anywhere, from the yarder to the tail hold. As the grapple moves up and down the road line and disturbs the hillside, gravity creates a cone of danger. When heavy objects are disturbed, gravity can cause them to fall down the hill and ultimately put people and property at risk. As the yarder moves closer to the fall line, the cone of danger begins to swing and the advantage of the high side position disappears. This kind of yarding position puts everyone at risk, and if you're on the hillside, you need to be able to recognize this for your own safety. This works both ways, but yarding uphill presents additional hazards for a person on the hillside. Any disturbance on the ground can cause materials to fall down the hill. In some situations, yarding may be suspended while a hook tender, for example, is active in the cone of danger. A loader could lose a log, or rocks could come loose along the roadside. The only way to be prepared for this is to be positioned well outside of the cone of danger, while lines are moving or landing activities are taking place. The most important thing for you to know is that the hillside is always changing. You must have the basic skill to visualize the cone of danger and understand when you and others are at risk and a change of plan is necessary.